You're listening to the official Minnesota Wild podcast, presented by Acrisure.
How do you get ready to do what you have to do tomorrow night?
I mean, a lot of cliches, but just you got to win one game. I mean, we always knew we had to win one game in Colorado no matter what. So, we just, you know what, maybe our best is when our back's up against the wall, right? So we can repeat a game 3. We know that's going to be a tough job in Colorado where we haven't had the greatest success in this series there, but it just takes one. So, we want to do our best to bring it back here for Game 6.
You did say that after Game 3 that you felt that way back against the wall, and it led to your best performance of the series. I guess, why do you think that didn't carry over to Game 4, that you didn't maybe still feel that way? Or?
Yeah, no, we were leading 1-0. We didn't have a great game. So that to me is a sign of it's just a mental commitment to our game, and in Game 4 we didn't do it. We didn't. A lot of east-west, a lot of it was honestly, it was kind of just brain fog. I looked to some guys, it just was not how we played in Game 3, and it comes back to bite you. And the crazy part is it's 2-2. It's as bad as we played and we didn't get to our game. The game is there for us, so we have to take that as a positive and understand that our best is good enough. We just got to play our best, and that's the biggest thing.
How much of a factor is also what they did in last night in terms of forcing you maybe to go east-west? I understand brain fog and all that, but it looked like they were way on top of their forecheck and physically, and that might have had something to do with that. Obviously, his opponent had something to do with it, but is this sort of a lesson to take on what they were attempting to do and what they were able successfully doing to throw it back at them now? Yeah,
listen, they skate well. They get on top of you well. They definitely had better legs than they did in Game 3. But I mean, there's just... I truly believe there was things that we didn't put a puck in, and then you see the 2-on-1s, the odd man rushes, the things like that, where it's just that's what's needed for our team to be successful. And as well as Colorado played well yesterday, a lot was due to our kind of arrogance of just not getting it and just going to work. And that's just the way we have to play. It's ours isn't as pretty as Colorado's, and that's fine. We played that way in Game 3, and it was a lopsided score. So just getting it back to that game and understanding that they don't want to go back for pucks. Who does? No one does in this league, and especially in this series. And it's the repeat of the simple play for our team, because when we get in the O-zone, our skill could take over from there. But it's just getting in the O-zone that has to be a mentally sharper.
Why do you think it is so sporadic that you guys play that way, that you could give it all for one game in Game 3, but that arrogance or the east-west play that we do see sometimes trickle into this team, you just can't seem to commit to it on an every game basis? Is it just too hard to play that way, to chip the puck because you got to go get it, or what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like they said, you got to give credit to Colorado. I think there was some times where they were on top of you, so it's tighter gaps, and just you don't have the skill set to get it in, and there's turnovers that they turn the puck over for themselves. But I just things aren't. It wasn't a smooth game by us at all means, and rightfully so. It was a more determined game by Colorado, but I think you just have to understand hey, it's not going to be pretty in the neutral zone. We gotta rim pucks. We got to get to it. I mean, we've talked about this. We've looked at this. The Florida Panthers rim the most pucks in the league, and they were back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. You don't just skill your way into being a Stanley Cup champion. You got to do it the hard way, and it's just a commitment level. So I mean, to your question, why do we get away from it? I don't know. It's sometimes you get a little comfortable, and then that's what happens, right? But they've been in this spot before, and maybe we haven't. So there's been some maturity lessons there, but. For the most part, I mean, we're excited that we get another game, another crack at it to go there and make amends.
Yeah, they haven't closed out a series at home in 18 years now. which is shocking. We've seen you be a good road team on on before, it feels like the game that you're talking about is easier to play on the road. So does that give you solace?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully history can repeat itself tomorrow. I just think like it's just full commitment to what we have for game plan, and sometimes when you don't think too much, it works out in your favor. So we're going into Game 5, just lay it all on the table, and that's what we have to do from here on out anyway. So we put ourselves in a hole, but we've seen teams dig themselves out of this stuff, and we believe we're one of those teams.
We saw what Grill did in Game 3, and obviously Boldy all Dallas series. Like when they're drivers like that, like how much of a difference maker can that be, especially in a series like this down to 3 games? Yeah,
I mean, you know what, they've been unreal this playoffs. I know lately they probably want some more production. They probably want more production from themselves, but we know that if they do get going, it's great for our group. You saw it in Game 3, like you said, but for the most part, we know that there's more there, and just a matter of time. Like it's only been 4 games in the series. We've seen it. Last year when we played Vegas, Eichel didn't get going until 4th or 5th game, right? So it's just one of those things where sometimes in a new series present new situations, and we give them credit. They've been doing a good job on our top players, but it's tough to do that repeatedly, and we hope that Game 5 they can break out.
I would imagine had you fluked your way to a win in this series, it would be a little bit different. But you won a game that you played that way, and you win. Does that fuel that belief a little bit?
Yeah.
As you go in because you saw it. Like there's a blueprint and it worked.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we wouldn't be lying to you guys if we had one win in this series, and it was because of Wally, and he's been playing amazing. But it wasn't. Game 3 was decisive in how we played, and the commitment level was there. So it's promising that we had a good game, and we know how to execute our plan. And when we do, it's outcomes like that. So. That's the thing. We just got to suck it up and get back and ready to go for Game 5 and play that way.
I think about your goal against Dallas in Game 4. You're down. It's third period. You're looking at going down 3-1 in the series, going back to their building, and then just like that, a series changes. I mean, how much solace do you take in that, or maybe some hope you take in that, just to know how quickly it can turn?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when we tied up 2-2 last game, we felt pretty good about it, and I mean, we're just a team that's never going to be out of it. We're always going to fight to the end of the whistle, and that's how we're made, and there's no quit. So just pick each other back up and understand that we saw a lot of goals in the series already, so we know that it can happen at any time. So you're on your toes kind of defensively and offensively, but right now it's just you gotta play no matter what. If they jump out to a lead, there's no sagging, there's no feeling sorry for yourself. It's trying to get the next one.
There's no. X so well. Like, how tough has it been for him just behind the scenes? How much you kill him to play and stuff like that. And obviously, it's a factor. You miss a guy like that.
Yeah, tough for him, tough for us. I mean, honestly, we miss him and Brodeen. Obviously, you can see it. It's just over the course of the series, there's things that happen, and it becomes a chess match a little bit. And you get a guy like Ecker in there, Broads in there. It changes a lot of things, right? So. We're doing our best to keep lasting here and buy those guys some time to come back. But I mean, you're never going to be able to replace guys like that. They mean so much to our lineup, and right now that they're trying to do everything they can to get back. But we're just hoping that, like I said, we can keep lasting this series a little longer and get them back.
Thank you.
For an extraordinary advantage in sports, you need a game plan. For an extraordinary advantage everywhere else, all you need is Acrisure. With a high-tech human approach to insurance, cybersecurity, and more, Acrisure helps you take care of what you care about. That makes winning easy. See what Acrisure's extraordinary advantage can do for you at Acrisure.com.